Hi, this is Ceara, and this is Reading Arsenal. Today I'm going to be reviewing and giving my thoughts on When Everything Feels Like the Movies by Raziel Reid. Everything Feels Like the Movies is a young adult LGBT fiction novel. The novel's summary is best explained by the blurb on the back of the book. School is just like a film set. There's the crew that makes things happen, the extras who fill in the empty desks, and the movie stars, whom everyone wants tagged in their Facebook photos. But Jude doesn't fit in. He's not part of the crew, because he isn't about to do anything unless it's court-appointed. He's not an extra because nothing about him is anonymous, and he's not a movie star because even though everyone knows his name like an A-lister, he's invited to the cool parties. As the director calls action, Jude is the flamer that sets the lights on fire. Before everything turns to ashes from the resulting inferno, Jude drags his best friend Angela off the casting couch and into enough melodrama to incite the paparazzi, all while trying to fend off the haters and win the heart of his favorite co-star, Luke Morris. It's a total train wreck, but train wrecks always make the front page. I'm giving this book 2 stars out of 5. Here's my explanation for that. Not give it a lower rating due to its vulgar and overly sexual content. That language did catch me off guard at some points, but that is not the reason that I gave this book such a low rating. This book is definitely not for everyone, as it contains homophobic bullying and slurs. It also contains sexual content and language. The reason why I'm giving this book such a low rating is because of the way it was written. The way certain things were described or referred to was definitely not my taste. Jude, the main character, this young man with big dreams, he blurs fiction, movie stars, paparazzi, etc. with reality in an almost confusing way. I have to admit it was an interesting way to convey the character's thoughts, yet I found it annoying at times, the way Jude spoke, as if he kind of stuck in this imaginary land. Jude sort of described his day-to-day life as if it was a movie set or a red carpet or a runway, and I found that to be an interesting way to convey his character. However, I found it to be a little off-putting at points. Also, at points, I found it difficult to find the reality of the story. Jude, also as the narrator, tended to jump back and forth between past and present, and I feel that at certain points he would talk about the past and he wouldn't let us know when we were sort of transitioning to the present. And so I wasn't sure how to follow what was going on. I really wanted to like this book. I really did. I wanted to be the person that was like, hey, I liked a controversial novel and I read a controversial novel and all that good stuff. But I definitely understood why it was controversial, but it just wasn't right for me, I guess. The truth is, the cover is kind of awful. I find it really awful. I'm not sure exactly who did the cover, but I don't like it at all. I also thought the story was there was no real story, really. There was like an overarching sort of plot to it. The book had me flipping the pages and it had me invested in the characters and it had that to it, but what it didn't have was a coherent together storyline, I think. It had sort of things that were happening in the book and it didn't really build up to anything. What I also liked about the book was that I liked the characters. I'm just gonna say it. The ending was really stupid. I found it stereotypical and very harsh to what was going on in the story. Very out of place and just put in there to hype up the drama, which it did, but it wasn't really smart or there for shock value, I thought. I didn't feel good after reading this book. It was good in some senses and it was bad in some senses. I just think that if you are interested in this book, you should read it for yourself. Make sure it doesn't contain content that you are triggered by. For me, it just wasn't a book that I would read again. I might read it again someday, but just not now. It does speak a harsh reality for some people in the LGBTQ community, but not all stories have sad or bad endings. It was sad that this one did have a sad ending and that it could have been better, but it just wasn't, and it really frustrates me that I wanted to like it and I wanted to really enjoy this, but I didn't really enjoy it. I thought it was okay, ultimately. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some insight on this book, but just take my opinion with a grain of salt. You should be informed about what you're reading and be safe about what you're reading. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!